Hey, what's up, guys? It's Joseph here, and we're back with a little bit of a different video. We're going to be testing a bunch of games in Yuzu and Ryujinx. In this video, I might split it into multiple parts, but I'm going to be testing build. What build is this? This is Ryujinx 1.0.3050. So, the 3050th freaking build, I guess. And we're also going to test some Yuzu videos. We're also going to test some games on Yuzu emulator in this video. But the first one we're going to test, and all the ones I'm testing I already know work to some degree. You guys can just see the way they work. We're going to be testing Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger IX using Ryujinx, and it's going to take a little while to boot. So we can just talk about stuff. This game, it runs at okay frame rates on this low end laptop. I'll put my specs in the description below. It runs probably about like 17 FPS out of 60. Last time I did a video on it, no commentary video. Um, and then the graphics are also really fucked up. So it's nowhere near fully playable yet. It runs at faster speeds, obviously, on higher end um, hardware. So this is not like if you have anything higher than what my specs are in the description below, then you can expect better performance to some degree on all these games that I'm testing today. Um, and if I split this video into multiple parts, then I will probably uh, upload the next one tomorrow. So you guys will be able to check that out tomorrow. Um, And then I'd like to do these videos regularly as new updates come out for these emulators. So yeah, there we go, it booted. And I'm using keyboard controls because Ryujinx, I've never tried using a controller with Ryujinx. But the keyboard controls for Ryujinx are sucky as hell. Um, hold on. I have the audio, the game audio off for you guys. Yeah, I have the game audio off for you guys, but I'm actually just gonna mute it on my end too. So see, you can see the graphics are extremely broken even in the menus. We're gonna try going in game. Ryujinx is very unstable, like more unstable than Yuzu, so it could crash at any moment. Yuzu is definitely the superior emulator, except Ryujinx has a knack for being able to boot games that aren't able to be booted on Yuzu. I'm just gonna skip that cutscene because I don't really care. Cutscenes in these emulators are the least of my worries. My worry is just the gameplay. And eventually I will get, actually very soon, probably within the next year and a half, which is not, doesn't seem that soon, but I will be getting a better computer, even though it's probably just going to be a laptop. It will be significantly better than the school computer, that I'm using now. Um, so at some point in the future, you guys can expect way better emulation videos with better quality. Because yeah, if you guys have been watching a lot of my emulator videos, you'll know that it's at like the lowest video quality possible. Because that's the only thing my computer can handle while running OBS and the emulator at the same time. So we're in game now. So let's see what happens. Missions start. And someone else did a video on this game. His name is Leaf Nation. You should go check out his channel. He's an emulation channel. But on on his video, the graphics were like way better rendered. They were like rendered way better. Because I don't know. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. It's a super move. It just takes forever. But the graphics when he tested it on Ryujinx were like way better. Like the rendering was way better. So I don't know quite why the graphics are like all black on this on my end, even though my computer is not even the recommended specs for Yuzu and Ryujinx. But at least now you can see how. And I don't know if you guys can see the game FPS because of how blurry this quality is going to be, but it's running at around 10 to 18 FPS. So far I haven't seen it go above 17, but I'm just saying 18 because it sounds better. It was at 17 a couple minutes ago. Alright, so we can press the V key or whatever. Oh, right now it's running at 8 FPS, 7 FPS. And I don't think we can dash in this game. And I don't like I really want to get oh, there's some rendered graphics. I really want to get the limited run games physical of this, and I will get it eventually, even if I end up just getting it on like eBay or something. Basically I don't really know the story of this game, like what the plot is. It's a spin-off of the Azure Striker Gunvolt 1 and 2. Um, as you can see, it's got a very different character, and even his like the way he like shoots, it's the same premise. Like you shoot them with your bullets, and then you finish them off with the laser thing or whatever. But it works a little bit differently than the Azure Striker Gunvolt games. It's like this game is a lot edgier, I would say. It's kind of like how Shadow the Hedgehog is like way edgier than the Sonic Adventure games. It's like that. Is Shadow the Hedgehog a spin-off of those games? I don't know if Shadow the Hedgehog is essentially a spin-off of the adventure games. It kind of is. It feels like it. Well, I guess we can fly. Oh, and you can still do the Mega Man X wall jump. You can't have a Mega Man X clone without the Mega Man X wall jump. Give me those coins. And we're probably not going to test this game for much longer because we gotta test other games. Actually, I'm just gonna destroy this one thing and then we'll test another game. Alright, so we're gonna exit out of this. It's been 7 minutes already, damn. And we're gonna boot up Ryujinx again. And we will see what else we can boot. I'm not even gonna try booting the ACA Neo Geo games or the Arcade Archives games because they just don't work on any of the Nintendo Switch emulators. I don't know which one I should test now. I'm probably only gonna test like 1 or 2 more on Ryujinx because a lot of games have not been working when they used to work. I'm probably gonna test right now. I'm probably gonna do what should I test? Let's just do like one more game on Ryujinx. Crap, I don't know. Let's do Iconoclasts. So now I gotta wait for this to boot up. Actually, no, I'm only gonna do one Ryujinx test for each of these videos. Let's actually go to Yuzu 8 because recently they merged the nightly builds and the canary builds. So it's just called Yuzu. It's not called Yuzu Canary or Yuzu Nightly anymore. And this is the 8th build. I think there's the 9th build out already, but I don't have internet connection right now, so I'm stuck with build number 8. And I have access to the October Patreon, but I'm not going to use that right now. So I think. Oh yeah, one thing I want to show off in this video is we're going to go over to Super Hydora. There's actually a weird thing that happens with the new builds compared to an old build that I have on this computer that works. Because like there's a couple games that have this problem. Dead Cells has this problem. Super Hydora, Devil Engine, Keo Blaster, Blazing Chrome. Minute. There's probably more, but basically on the newer builds, at least on my computer, the graphics are really fucked up and like broken. But on this very specific older build, the graphics work perfectly fine, except there's a couple other problems on some of them. Like as you can see, these graphics are just fucked up, and yeah, I'm not even gonna try doing that. So this is Super Hydora, and basically all the other games I just listed look like that in this build and all the newer builds. But if we go to this build that was released on September 21st, And I'll tell you now, it's October 12th right now, so this build was released over 20 days ago. And it's Yuzu Canary 2639, and this actually fixes those graphics. But it also, with Kyo Blaster and Devil Engine, the controls are all fucked up. So those still aren't playable, even with this build. Where's Super Idora? Right here. So I can show you now, and we can play this a little bit on this build. Yuzu Canary 2639. I can show you guys that Super Hydora is basically fully playable to some degree, I guess, on this build. I haven't beaten the whole game because I suck at shmups. It's like my favorite genre right now, but uh, no way I'm beating Super Hydora anytime soon. And this thing always comes up, and it kind of like soft locks down here for a little while. But then once you click on the user profile, it goes back down to 0. So we're gonna wait for this to boot, and as you can see, look, these intro freaking things are fixed. Game by Locomalido and blah blah blah. Alright, so Super Idora, see the graphics are all fixed, and it runs at okay speeds. It runs faster, obviously, when I'm not recording. But let's see what happens. We're gonna go to... Oh, I didn't even know this menu showed up here. I don't think I've ever seen that menu before, or noticed it at least. So you got a cutscene that we're just gonna skip, if it'll let us. Did it freeze? Oh yeah, it's soft locked. Shit. We gotta boot it back up. We gotta boot it back up, because yeah, soft locking is a huge problem. Crashing and soft locking in these emulators is just a fucking huge ass problem. We're gonna go back to Super Idora and let's see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't do it again, because that's actually the first time it's ever soft locked on me in this build. But it does work. And I'll show you guys Devil Engine too, just so you guys can see the control issues. Basically, in those ones, like, you can't move at all. You can shoot and you can navigate the menus, but you just can't move your ship once you're in game. But like once you hit the shoot button, even if you let go of it, you'll just keep shooting, I think, if I remember correctly. So yeah, the controls are really fucked up in Devil Engine and Kyo Blaster, and they both have soft locking issues. Like, they'll soft lock within like the first minute of gameplay. But the graphics are rendered in this build. But they're not. They're completely broken in the newer builds, at least for me. And I'm definitely in this video. I'm definitely gonna test Rolling Gunner, which is another shmup. And it is like literally, it didn't boot at all before, but then all of a sudden it was just fully playable without any issues. Like, it was awesome, and I'm really excited about that. Now I'm just waiting for Raiden 5 Director's Cut to be fully playable, just out of the blue. Alright, Super Idora. Yeah, because like it was super unexpected just to see Rolling Gunner just immediately become fully playable. Alright, you see there, now we're in game. And it's running kind of slow because obviously I'm recording, but we'll play this for like a minute, and then we'll go on to the next game. No, get back here. No, fuck! We didn't get the power up because he got away. Got the power up. And the little green power-ups, they level up your gun, your pea shooter. Changes it from not a pea shooter to a big bazooka eventually if you collect a bunch of them. Get it. And this game is fucking wicked hard, as with multiple other shmups in the world, if not all of them. Basically, the only way I'm ever, well, at least for now, going to be able to beat a lot of shmups in the world right now is because of infinite continues. That's why I love when shmups come with infinite continues. It's awesome. Or like they let you turn on an option for infinite continues. Alright, so now we're gonna exit out of that. And the reason I like exit out every time I switch games is because like it like crashes. Like if I go up here and I press the restart button and then I go select a new game, it'll like eventually, like, I don't know why it just has a crashing problem if I don't close out of it every time I swap games. All right. Oh yeah. So now we're gonna test Devil Engine, which it fixes some things from the newer builds, but it also has its own problems. Oh, and by the way, let me show you guys my settings. I'm limit speed percent off, disk shader cache on, asynchronous GPU on, force 30 FPS on, and I'm using Pro Controller undocked. So yeah, and then this will take a minute to boot. This one has like the profile selector thing come up. All right. All right. Boot. Launch. Launch, you stupid piece of crap. And like I said, this is Yuzu Canary 2639. I will put like the names of all the builds that I'm going to be using in the description below. And then after we test this Devil Engine game, I'm going to go over to Yuzu Mainline 8 or whatever. And I'm going to test Rolling Gunner, and then that'll be it for this first compatibility update or whatever for low end. Or, I'm going to call it the Yuzu Low End Compatibility Guide. That sounds good. That sounds really good. As you can see, this little loading thing in the bottom is rendered. And the text is rendered. That's super cool. Alright, load. Do not soft lock. If you soft lock, I will kill you. Alright, I'm just checking to see how long I've been recording. It's been 17 minutes. I'd like to have this be 30 minutes or less. Not too long. People's attention spans are really, really short. So after this, we'll test Rolling Gunner, and then that'll be it for this first low-end Yuzu compatibility guide. We're going to do that. Our name is going to be Yuzu. Dangan Entertainment. Devil Engine. We're going to go start. No tutorial. Arcade, yes. Plus, to skip. See, the menus, you can use the controls just fine. I got this cool little booting screen. But now, once we get into gameplay, which it does also run at pretty good speeds. Yeah?
You tried to call me while I was in Hawaii?
No.
Okay, I'm leaving to go say hi to Mom with the girls.
Alright, bye.
What time do you work?
4:15. Sorry about that. But as you can see, I'm moving the control pad, and it's not working. But shooting does work, and I pressed the shooting button once, and it's continuing to shoot. And eventually, if we keep playing, it'll probably soft lock. You can just see how long we can last. Just sitting here in one spot. And we're a green ship now, so that's cool. Erg. And it should be it should soft lock, like, by the time we get to the boss. And yeah, yeah, it's just, the controls are completely broken. I'm not even going to wait for it to soft lock, because it will soft lock. That's all you really need to know. Alright, so now we are going to go to this new-ish build. It was from October 9th. Yuzu 8. Sweet. Alright, and we're going to test this last game, and then it'll be it for this video, but I'm probably going to record the next episode immediately after. Actually, I'm going to show you guys what's wrong with the Arcade Archives games and ACA Neo Geo games, so we'll test these two as well. So this is Arcade Archives X Multiply. Actually, no, I'm just going to test this one, because this one, I think the menu graphics are broken in this one, because this game didn't boot for a while, as well as like a couple other ACA Neo Geo and Arcade Archives games. like a bunch of the newer ones didn't boot, and now they boot. But last time I checked them, the graphics were, yeah, see, the graphics are broken. So this is Arcade Archives X Multiply, and then even this is the same thing with the ones that have rendered and OK menus. If you press enter to start, or just the start button, and you select your profile, it freezes, and then it soft locks. If you look down by the speed percent, you can see it soft locked. So that's pretty much the problem with every single one, and I'm really bummed out because I want to play all those games on Yuzu. Once those become fully playable, or at least go in game to some degree, I'm gonna be excited. Alright, so now we're just gonna test Rolling Gunner, and then that'll be it for this video. And then in the next video, I'll probably test either Mario Maker or Super Mario Odyssey. I'll test one of them. Alright, so Rolling Gunner. And the compatibility thing says won't boot, but that's just because no one's updated it since it was originally. Oh shit, you know what? There's also this weird problem where in the newer builds, games will soft lock on the launching screen, but if you go back into this older build, and it's only this build, it doesn't work with any other older builds as far as my testing goes. But then if you go in this older build that we were just using with Devil Engine and Super Idora, and then you basically just boot the game and you get a decent amount into the menus, it'll actually boot in the newer build and it won't soft lock anymore. Breath of the Wild had that problem, has that problem technically. Rolling Gunner, Collection of Mana, Contra Anniversary Collection, Castlevania Anniversary Collection, a bunch of games have that problem. Wait, so where is oh yeah, there it is. Rolling Gunner. So we're just gonna boot this in this build, and then we'll migrate over to the newer build. Because all we got to do is just wait for it to boot, and then wait a couple seconds in the menu, and then it will fix whatever the problem is in the newer build, which is I don't understand. There's been a lot of like not good bugs that have been added to all these newer builds for me that were not a problem in older builds, except there has been some huge performance gains in these newer builds. Like this build runs faster on most games that I've tested. It runs faster than the October Patreon build does. Oh yeah, and then in the next episode I need to test Link's Awakening, or maybe I don't know. I don't even think I should test it to show you guys with commentary, because it's stupid. It's like, I guess it's a problem with my GPU. Um, it's like it has rendered graphics somewhat. See this boots now. It has somewhat rendered graphics. It's really broken. Like the graphics are really broken on Link's Awakening on the October Patreon build, but for everybody else, it's perfectly fine. I don't know why. We're gonna go to novice mode because I'm a fucking pussy. And as you can see, even when I'm recording, it just runs at a phenomenal frame rate. There is some slowdown every once in a while when there's a shit ton of bullets and enemies on screen, but it just runs fucking phenomenal. And I have not, like, my specs on this computer are lower than what Yuzu even recommends for their emulator. Like, it's not even recommended that you use this low of specs. But yet again, I can play a bunch of games at full speed, but yet again, they're not like really demanding games. Like Stardew Valley, is basically fully playable for me. Contra and Castlevania Anniversary Collections basically fully playable. A collection of Mana. Well, actually, I'm actually gonna leave all of these things a secret because until I actually do tests on them with commentary or whatever. Alright, so we're just gonna beat this mini boss or whatever, and then I'm actually gonna test one more game, Gunvolt Chronicles on Yuzu, but you're gonna see why it will be super quick. Alright. So we're gonna exit out of this. Rolling Gunner is fully playable now. So we're gonna enter into this build, and we're gonna test we're going to test Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger IX on Yuzu build 8. See it it'll launch. It'll go to the launching screen, and then just wait for it. Wait for it. And it'll boot, but then wait for it, it starts loading a little bit, and then it crashes. Fuck that. Alright, so yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Yuzu / Ryujinx low-end guide. So I'll see you all next time. I'm gonna record another one of these right now, actually. So I'll see you guys in a moment, or tomorrow, I guess. Bye.